All right, guys. So, guess what I found in my garden? Growing. Um, I didn't plant this, and anyone who does plant it in America, you're planting an invasive. But I didn't plant it. It grew up all by itself, and this one looks a little sad because I picked all the open flowers, mainly all the open flowers, off of it. It was a nice surprise to see these because I remember when um, the virus that hit the world stage that has no name, that shall remain nameless. When that virus came out, I remember that God has shown me that this particular herb, honeysuckle, is an antiviral. So any type of virus, and it's been proven, there's been studies when I did my research, there's been studies on this that say that this is a overachieving antiviral. So any type of virus that you're dealing with, any illness classified as a virus, this herb will help. And it's that time of the year when these start popping out all over, at least in my area in South Jersey. Zone, I guess I will be in between 7A and 7B. Um, these start popping out when you start to smell that beautiful smell. And I've lived here for about 18 years now, and I've never seen this growing wild. Now, as a child, I remember getting the honeysuckles and pulling off the end and, you know, sucking. That's what they called them, the honeysuckle, and sucking the end off of it, and it just, that nectar was sweet. So it turns out that you not only can make a tea out of the petals, but you can make a tea out of the leaves as well. So my thought when I saw this was like, oh man, I said, I really don't have time to like just sit here and pick all these petals off, but I pretty much did. But I was like, I don't have time to sit here and pick all these petals. But lo and behold, you could also use the leaves, and the leaves, I believe, are evergreen, so they'll be here for me to pick and to maybe make a tincture out of or something like that. Now I've made the tea from these leaves, from the petals, and it's a very subtle taste. It's not very strong at all. So I like to pair it with something else. Like I have some fresh peppermint growing, and I'll make a peppermint and honeysuckle tea. So it's very nice, but a very faint taste. The smell's amazing, of course. Um, but then I said, oh, all I got is this little tiny patch, just kind of growing. All of a sudden, just some vine just grew up in my garden over top of the fence. And I'm like, I only have this little tiny patch. But then when I went to the other side of my yard, there was this whole big, like I said, it is an invasive plant because this one comes from Japan. We have an American honeysuckle, but you don't really see that too often, at least not in my neck of the woods. So you kind of have to, if you ever get one, you kind of have to guard it and, make sure that it doesn't get crowded out by other invasive species. But anyway, so I just thought maybe I'd just come over here and just make a video on what God showed me about this particular plant and its antiviral abilities. So, but I'm going to show you on the other side of the yard how there is a huge, it's like a huge plant of honeysuckles, and I'm just really excited about that. No wonder the air smells so sweet out here. That's why I just love it. I love God, and I love His Word, and I love where it says the leaves of the nation. The leaves will be for the healing of the nations. And God made all these different herbs and things just to help us, just to heal. And I always try to check what's growing in my backyard, or what herb can help with different types of illnesses and issues. And not only is it an antiviral, it's an antibacterial. So if it's like, you have a bacterial infection. So I have a lot of digestive issues, so I'm hoping that if I take this on a regular, maybe it might help my digestive issues, because a lot of that, it has to do, so I hear, has to do with bad bacterial overgrowth. So I'm gonna try it, and hopefully try to come on here and give y'all an update. But let me show y'all what the other side of the yard looks like. Now I have to be careful. So this is the other side. I have honeysuckle on this side too, but I have to be careful because there's poison ivy mixed in. All of a sudden it's windy. So there goes the poison ivy. I'm not trying to be out here and might blow on me. So, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of honeysuckle all in here. I've been here for about 18 years and never saw it before. And I just woke up to it, and it's such a blessing. All right. Till we meet again. Okay, so here it is when after I picked the flowers for my tea. It's funny because after I picked the flowers and made the tea, I found out that the buds are the most potent, the ones that are closed, and apparently the white ones, the closed white buds, are the most potent, have the most medicinal benefit. But the open flowers, I mean, that's still okay. It'll still work. It just won't be as potent. So next time I go out and pick, I'm going to be picking those unopened flowers. So like I said, I just, to me, it is always a wonder to just go out in the backyard and find medicine growing. So I just encourage you, if you have honeysuckles growing, just collect some and make your own medicine. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there to show you how. All right, I just want to remind you that it is the season for it, that they're out. All right, God bless you until we meet again.